Kurt here with oldhalloween.com. We're going to watch a few more minutes of the live stream from the Bertoia auction December 1st, 2023. We've already watched a small section. We're going to watch another section. Let me go ahead and move over there right now because we are still in, actually I should say we're moving into the heart of the second group of fantastic vintage and antique Halloween. And if you're not watching this, watch our video because we're showing what's happening with collectibles right now. You're going to want to know. All right, on the right-hand side, we actually are showing Bertoia streaming. So this is them live. They are currently in the middle of their auction. I'll turn on video, or I'll turn on audio so you can hear it and get a sense of what these three Halloween black cats are going for. $425 any interest at $450. You can hear Bertoia is obviously managing not just the folks who are there on the floor, but also internet bids using platforms like the one I have pulled up here. They're on 3 different platforms at least. I think that's why I found them across at least 3 platforms, maybe more. But most of those platforms are leave behind bids. The one that we're looking at here is a live stream. You can also register on Bertoia's webpage and they'll show you the live stream and let you enter and bid there. They're also managing all the folks who are calling in. So it is a 3-ring circus in a good way, in the sense that a lot of folks are participating. Now, if you watched our previous video, we watched or live streamed some of the early portion of the auction, and they had as many as 700 people, at least that's the number I saw, 700 sets of eyeballs. Right now we're looking at 373 sets of eyeballs. And I thought we would just go ahead and start right here. On the left-hand side, I have pulled up a number of the lots that they have upcoming that I thought would be kind of interesting. Most likely we're going to, in this tranche, we're going to see compo candy figures and some jack-o'-lanterns, including, well, it's a ways away, but including this really interesting paper mache skeleton, which I don't believe was a Halloween piece, but a lot of folks are starting to think about additional pieces that can be decorated with Halloween. Right now we're watching these 3 composition Halloween figures. These are candy containers. At least this piece is a candy container. The witch is a candy container, and she's fantastic, by the way. And then a small cat. And I'm going to back up. It looks like they just sold for $550. That is a very good price for those 3. The witch by herself has brought well over $500 in the past. And so somebody paid retail for the witch and got the other 2 pieces for free. Now, when I say that sort of thing, all I mean is someone's getting a good deal. If you're here watching the auction, knowing that the sheer number of pieces, Halloween pieces that they happen to have, in this case we see a minstrel lantern, which has its own cultural issues, but the sheer number of Halloween pieces that they have in a number of their auctions, like the one this year, December 1st, 2023, make it so that you're going to see some outlandishly rare pieces. We've already seen some of those today. You're going to see other pieces that, while scarce or very rare themselves, might have a quantity count that means the price realized or the hammer realized for that item might be lower than you might pay, let's say, on eBay, which is also kind of interesting to watch. Or it may be the case that if you can buy a group, that you might get a really good deal. I've already said in this auction today, there are some prices that surprise me high and a number of prices that surprise me low, because the number of deals based on the sheer quantity, deals are to be had. And so if you're a collector, you definitely want to check out what the auction house has going on. Now, we're currently at 114. We are about to move over to 115, and we'll have a couple of glass pieces. I don't personally collect glass. I love to look at the glass pieces. One is a chauffeur, rare. One is a witch glass candy container, also rare. And then one is a bell head, and those are also pretty hard to find. The chauffeur, especially if this is original. Let's see, it says correct metal closure lid. If this paint is all original, yeah, I mean, this is the price I expected. This should be a very high hammer price just because you almost never find them. I have only seen one in the wild, so to speak, and it had almost all of its paint rubbed off. So this is a very, very good deal for a glass Halloween collector. The upcoming Candy Witch also most likely will will bring a higher price as well. It might not be nearly this high, although I could be wrong. I mean, there may be the case that we have folks, it looks like we have folks on the floor right now who are putting in these bids, so we might have some competition on the floor, and that competition may very well push the price of the upcoming witch and bellhead a little bit higher. All right, so the chauffeur sold for $2,500. Here is the witch candy container. She also seems to have a pretty good paint job still intact. She doesn't have everything rubbed off, which is fantastic. If you are looking for a glass witch, this is your pickup right here. I'll just backtrack here. Wow, if she goes for under $500, someone's going to get a snag. Now, given the fact that the chauffeur just sold for $2,500, if there are glass collectors here, knowing the rarity of the chauffeur, they may be out of powder. So they might be thinking that they don't want to spend she hit 500 on the witch. I thought she might go just a little bit higher given the chauffeur, but again, you never know. We watched, if you were watching, I'm sure you saw it also, but we were watching the Scarecrow trade simulator earlier. It went for $19,000. $19,000. And I'll see, I may happen to have it here where we can look at it. While we're watching the bell go up. By the way, the witch sold for $550. Yeah, check this out. So look at this Pumpkinhead Scarecrow trade simulator. And I don't even know what years it was made. I assume 20s, but who knows? Went for $19,000. Bertoia had just put a price up. They thought it might go for between $3,000 and $5,000. $19,000 is what it brought. So I believe, I have to go back and check my notes. I think that's the highest yielding figure today. So yeah, if you were in the market for a Scarecrow trade simulator or any kind of Halloween-based simulator, and you were like, this is one that you don't see very often, and if you were a bidder or if you won it, congratulations. Seems incredibly rare to me. But then again, I don't collect trade simulators, so I don't know in terms of the crossover. I'm guessing that's a pretty good price, but again, I have no idea. That's well above my kind of budget, but I think it's fantastic. So if you got it, fantastic. If you were a player but missed it, I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoyed the ride because it was very cool to watch. The glass bellhead sold for $650. Between that and the witch candy container, to pick up both of those in their condition, and it seemed like they were paint-wise in very good condition. I also didn't see chips and things for under $1,000. Seems like a very good deal. Additionally, someone just picked up a Rosboro witch on the motorcycle with the orange motorcycle and the green wheels. I have to be clear because sometimes there are variations in those colors. For $375, that seems like a decent price for the plastic collectors. Here we have another interesting set of plastics. If you're a plastics collector, there's a pretty good chance that you are after either this witch or you are after that horse. Looks like, let me just double check that. Is that true? Yeah, it sold for $200. Wow. That witch by herself sells for that at times. So if you won that auction, congratulations. That's a great pickup. I'm also noticing the eyeballs picking up. So we've gone from just about before I hit the button to start, 340, now we're in the 380s. All right, 2 pulp devil head lanterns. I don't know if I'll bid on these. We'll see how they're doing. I assume if it's under 250, I'll have to bid. But my guess is these will go well above 350. There's a competition on the floor. So I think I was correct in predicting above 3. There we go, we hit 3. I think I said, let me correct myself. I think I predict 350 or above. I think that's going to happen. But I'll just back up. For the photographs that they showed, it looks as if the one on the right is in very good shape, My own version's more like the one on the left. It has some cracking and whatnot. No matter how you get these burp pulp devil Joels, they're pretty hard to find. So even ones that are a little bit rough are usually good. If someone gets it, they did. Oh, no, they didn't. Yeah, they did. They got it for $400. Holy cow. Okay, $400 is a steal. A steal for those 2 devil jack-o'-lanterns. Those burnt jack-o'-lanterns, fantastic pickup. Here we have 4 Halloween lanterns. I'm always a fan of the Grimace style, so those are great. But this burnt jack-o'-lantern right here is, in my estimation, the star of the show. It's a star of the show. And I say that because they are very hard to find. In this case, I have no idea what that extra piece is. Wow, holy cow. Those 4 sold for $300. That's incredible. Now, these 3 might go a little bit higher. Yeah, they've already gone way higher. In my estimation, I would have thought for longtime collectors that the last lot would have gone higher because that Bert piece by itself is probably a $400 jack-o'-lantern. The 3 we just looked at are larger, and some folks collect the larger jacks these days, and it went for $425. Still a very good price, by the way, but I would have flipped those prices if I were a predicting man. If I was gambling, that would be what I would have thought. The piece right here is rare. The owl also is considered somewhat rare and has really picked up steam in the last few years. I wanted to look at this photograph right here. I'm guessing that the price realized is going to be based largely on the internal mechanism in that jack. And I'm just noticing that the large pulp choir boy jack is also dual-sided. So rare, rare, and somewhat rare. And that's not even to speak about this piece right here. This little pulp black cat is also pretty hard to find in decent shape. So this is a heck of a buy, even at $600. And we'll see. It looks like we have a little competition, a little direct head-to-head competition happening on the floor. And that's a good price. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling heartened that maybe we're going to see some higher prices again. But of course, if you're buying, and I think I purchased like a single item, maybe you don't want to see those higher prices. I understand that. I'm here to tell you, though, that there have been some great deals, some good steals, I would even say, in the auction today. Here are 2 paper mache Halloween skulls. I have no idea about these, but they are super interesting. I don't know how old they are, but I like the fact that this one is made to look like an old actual aged skull, as if you were to dig it up. And this one obviously is highly stylized. I like the look of them. I just don't know anything about them. They predicted, that is, the auction house predicted they would bring between $200 and $400. I thought they would bring at least $300, but it looks like they're plateauing around $250. Oh, no, we hit $300. I thought we were going to end at $250, but we jumped back up, so we're still moving forward. I'm going to go back, though, in terms of the photographs. Very, very attractive, very interesting looking skulls. My understanding is that these are not lanterns. If they were lanterns, you'd see me doing, like, maybe breathing heavily and sweating or something, because I'm always a fan of the skull lanterns. But they're still paper mache Halloween skulls, and that makes them kind of cool. $475. Wow, $500. Okay, so the competition on the floor is, in my estimation, the reason why we're seeing that price move up, and it looks like they hammered out at $500. This will be the last piece that we look at very, very quickly. I have no idea what this will bring. I just know that there are a number of collectors who have started to incorporate these secret society skeleton torso pieces into their displays. And for that reason, some folks are now starting to refer to them as Halloween. I don't believe that they are or were originally Halloween, as far as I know. If you know about something that shows up in, let's say, a B2B advertising catalog or old catalog, let me know, because I'd be very interested to find that out. But these were used for secret society meetings. $450, that's a very good price. And there we have it, $450. All right, we will come back in just a little bit with the last tranche we're going to watch of Halloween, which will include this phenomenal double-faced jack-o'-lantern, this old witch, and some additional jewels that are just fantastic. There's another skeleton. I can't wait to see what that looks like up close and in person when folks are bidding on it. And of course, we've got the additional pieces that, oh, by the way, there is one more witch on a cat. The last witch on a cat, or maybe I should say the very first witch on a cat that sold today was in lot 39. Maybe you were watching it, but if you weren't, maybe if you were, maybe you had bookmarked it, but you didn't see what it yielded. It brought $6,000 in lot 39. So we will see what lot 339 with a witch on a black cat candy container, what that brings. I don't know if it will bring 6,000. It may bring more. but that will be also pretty exciting to watch, and that will be in just a little bit.